Smize Cream is an upcoming ice cream brand brought to you by businesswoman Tyra Banks. Today I would like to talk to you a little bit more about my skepticism regarding Tyra Banks and starting new projects, and her jumping ship before they start to sink. And my dog would like to squeak a lot in the background, and my cat is climbing things that she shouldn't be climbing. So first of all, what is Smize Cream? Simple enough, it's an ice cream brand brought to you by Tyra Banks. In her own words, Smize Cream is a premium ice cream packed with sweet, savory, and scrumptious goodies. But that's not all. We've hidden a luxurious, chunkalicious, rich, delectable, sweet truffle treat, a Smize Prize, inside every serving. Yep, every serving. The Smize Prize will bring the smize to your mouth and eyes. For those of you who don't know what a smize is, it is a Tyra-ism. She has her own dictionary of words, and this was brought to us by America's Next Top Model, which she was the executive producer and the host for the majority of its run. If it's still going on, it may in fact still be going on. Smize is a portmanteau of the words smile and eyes. It's a form of smiling with your eyes. It's just a way of really widening your eyes and looking kind of intense while you're smiling. Tyra Banks has a very strong command and very drawing eye section, which is part of the reason why she became a famous supermodel. She has a very attractive face, constructed in a good way. So her thing is the smize. The smize is also the name of the magical totem in Model Land. It's part of her brand. In all of her branded products, there's a focus of this illustration, that somewhat looking Egyptian thing of just an eye that is in the act of smizing. We could also find this in the Smize Cream logo. So now that we know what it is, why am I such a hater? Why can't I just let a woman start an ice cream company and not make a video about it? First things first, I wanted to address the elephant in the room. There's an old adage that you shouldn't trust a skinny chef. People may have the idea why would I have a supermodel's ice cream? Is it going to be skinny ice cream? And the truth is that Tyra Banks has spent a lot of her career trying to reshape the public perception of what a model is and what a model should be. There's a lot of emphasis on beauty at every size that she's been working on for a long time in her career, including petite models, tall models. Everyone could be a model, well, if you're willing to put in the hard work, according to Tyra Banks. And if you look at the wider scope of her personal brand, you would see that this isn't too far out of line from what she preaches and what she talks about. So credit where credit is due. And if you saw Life Size 2, you would know that. I want to share with you my favorite Tyra Banks interview. In this interview, she's talking to the Wall Street Journal global technology editor, Jonathan Krim, and they're talking about the many pivots that Tyra has had in her career, from high fashion model to Sports Illustrated, Victoria's Secret model, then to reality TV host, to business owner. The question is, how do you know when is the right time to move on with your career?
Having a sense of that hotness, but it's cooling a bit, but the outside doesn't know it yet. So it's before they know it, where you pivot and you look like a genius, oh my gosh, and then you also look very brave.
Risk
Oh my God, you're a risk taker.
What Tyra is saying is that when you're running a business, you need to have the foresight and the context to know whether or not your business is on the incline or if it's on the decline. And if it is shortly going to be on the decline, that it is advantageous for you as the business leader to leave before it is on the decline. That way you could take the momentum of only having successful projects under your belt to the next project that you work on. I question how valid that is when you are the business owner, the leader, and the face of the brand. If you're running a daytime talk show where you are one of the draws to the show and you're the executive producer, and you step away from it and then it plummets, aren't you partially responsible for the downfall? Stepping away from involvement in a business that carries your name and your face, where you are the main draw to it because it's about to start declining, makes you partially responsible for the decline. It's like she's trying to jump ship because she recognizes that the ship is sinking. But by jumping ship, she's also contributing to the ship sinking. But do I actually have any evidence of her doing this before? Has anybody ever seen Tyra Banks just abandon a business venture? I just want to understand who is funding this. How is this happening? She's not pouring her own money into it. That's not how you stay rich. You stay rich by spending other people's money. And Lord knows that she's not doing this by herself. She has financiers. I don't know who looks at this portfolio of work and says, I think you should open a business. The worst part, unfortunately, this is actually kind of sad, the story I'm about to tell you, is that Tyra Banks was going to open a theme park. It's more of a branded experience, think kind of like the Britney Museum, but instead it's an in-person Model Land at a shopping mall. It was supposed to open earlier 2020, but then we had a global pandemic that nobody realistically saw coming in the immediate future. So it has been pushed back indefinitely. Tyra had all these deals lined up that coincided with the launch of Model Land. For instance, the opportunity to host Dancing with the Stars. The momentum from Model Land was supposed to carry the launch of Smize Cream. She was doing the media circuits months ago pushing Smize Cream, and as of yet, it still hasn't launched. To me, this is actually really sad because we don't even get to see the natural life cycle of these projects. And while I just said that Tyra probably hasn't done this all with her own money, I have no doubt that this is an incredible psychological toll on her and everybody around her, as well as her investors. And it's like, man, that's kind of a bummer. In my opinion, the most interesting thing about the Smize Cream Instagram is that I'm absolutely positive that she writes most of the captions herself, because I've consumed a lot of Tyra Banks content over the years, and it just sounds like her. Plus, there was a post today where it says specifically that it's an update from her, and it sounds just like most of the other captions. And if I have to experience this, then you do too. Like, this can't just be only in my head anymore. You have to see this too. Today when I was scrolling through my Instagram, I saw this post, and then my best friend messaged me and she zoomed in on the teeth. And I said to myself, I can't do this anymore. I have to make a video. I have to make them listen. They have to understand what I see. They have to experience my torment. So that's why I made this video. I hope you enjoyed it for the most part. Will Smize Cream be her next business failure? I don't know. I can't wait to eat it. But one thing's for certain. Life Size 3 is definitely going to happen. So, thank God. Hey, do you guys want to see something cute? So, 2 years ago, I decided to watch the Life Size 2 movie and then make a video where I described the movie, the summary, the plot, point by point. I got 1/3 of the way through the movie before I moved to South America for a couple of months and never finished editing the project. If you would like to see that video completed, leave a comment below because it's a Christmas movie and Christmas is coming up. And also, we have a lot of pandemic left. So to whet your appetite, please welcome a very short-haired, sharp-looking, 2-year younger Pet Simmer Julie. Naturally, they decide to take a selfie, as is custom. And so when you take a group selfie with a bunch of people and then you show them the picture, there's an understanding usually that all 3 of you will be in the picture together. But what Grace ultimately shows her friends to review is an edited picture of just her.
What do you think?
Hot. That is hot AF.
And then the most organic thing happens. The static image transitions to a picture of Grace and her mother.
What